to today's recap of Hell's Kitchen.
Last week, Ben went home because he sucked.
So, now someone from the red team has to join the men's team.
That's right. And Corey, that manipulating bitch, tried to get Jen to go over there.
Yeah, because she wants a voice again on the red team.
Right.
So Jen was like, I ain't falling for that crap. But then she
Let me think about it.
And she decided she's a risk taker. She's going to the men's team.
I think Gordon respected her for that, even though I think he really hates her guts. As do I. So it's time for the Improvise challenge.
They're going to have to make a dish out of these 20 ingredients provided by Gordon. Well, they have to make 4 dishes.
They each have to make a dish. And there's got to be no repeats on the ingredients, and you got to use them all. That's not as
tough.
easy as it sounds.
Yeah.
So they had meats and vegetables, seafood, nut, and citrus.
That's quite a,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you got to use them all, too. And Matt, you know what? He added a 21st ingredient because he chopped off his finger.
He cut off the tip.
Ooh.
No, the thumb, actually. That's disgusting.
Was it?
Yes.
Ugh. And nobody knew where it went.
Ew.
I think it was in the pancetta. I would have just tossed it.
The first thing I would have done was track that shiz down. That's disgusting.
Come on, they had to have thrown that out because, like, there was blood in that. And, you know, maybe if he's got, like, a disease or something.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But the red team was working hard. They got right to work. They knew what they were using immediately. Blah, blah, blah. The blue team could not figure out
working
who was using what.
And they were not talking.
No.
It was like death over there. What the hell was going on with that?
All you heard was the chops from the knife.
Oh. And Matt is a trooper, let me tell you. He didn't want his team to lose, so he got right back to work, even though he must have been in an incredible amount of pain.
Yeah. And then the blue team, they had 1 ingredient left, the veal.
Right.
And they couldn't decide where to put it, so they're like, we need a surf and turf.
Well, Jen cooked up the veal, and then it was going to be like an afterthought where to stick it. And they, like Maddie said, surf and turf. But you know what? Veal is not the turf part of a surf. You do not stick veal with fish.
No.
It's too light.
So they decided, oh, Louross is doing a red snapper, so let's throw it with his dish.
Not cool.
He was like, no, I don't want it.
And he didn't go for it either. And you know what? When it came down to it, it was tied 2-2. And it came down to Louross, I think, versus Christina's dish. And
no,
who was it? Somebody
Rosann?
else. Yeah, okay. But you know what? Even if he had put the veal in the dish, who's to say it would have beat the other dish? Because it just doesn't go.
They at least would have had a chance, though, and they wouldn't have been DQ'd.
Well, Jen was pissed because he didn't lie and he didn't use it. So she totally threw him under the bus, even though he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So the men, or the blue team, had to wash all of the linens by hand.
Ew.
That is so messed up.
Yes,
Ugh.
and the red team was rewarded with a photo shoot with InTouch magazine. Oh.
Turn to the left. Yeah, so they actually cleaned up Matt pretty good.
Yeah.
They cleaned up all of them pretty
good.
good.
He's like, thanks guys, this is the challenge I was most excited for.
It's good that Jen didn't go because I don't think they had enough makeup for her anyway. But she was a straight up bee.
Yeah, they were doing the laundry and Jean-Philippe comes in.
JP!
And he's like, Jen, I found your sister.
Your little friend.
It was like
She's
a crab.
feisty.
Yeah.
JP, how could you ever be mad at JP?
But he's like,
a delight.
You'll be a bitch all day.
How do you say bitch in French? Jen was being a complete douche.
Yeah. She wasn't
Not
in a
cool.
good mood, and that's all there is to it.
That ruins it for everybody.
So now it's time for the dinner service.
And as a surprise, there's going to be 2 food critics.
Yeah.
One is from Zagat's. Oh.
Whenever I hear Zagat's, I think of...
Yeah, Saturday Night Live.
But anyway.
Ah, look, it's a book from Zagat's.
Okay, so... They don't know where the food critics are sitting, though, so everything that goes out has to be good.
That's right. It should be good anyway.
I know, but, you know.
I love Petrosa. It totally reminded me of Big Brother 9. We are one. So, yeah, your team better be one. Otherwise, one of you's going home.
So, first they send out the appetizers to the critics, and both teams have good appetizers.
That's right. Well, first, Matt had a little shrinkage problem. And it wasn't just his finger.
Yeah.
His beef tenderloin was
it was like a mommy, a daddy, and a baby tenderloin.
I know. You've got to be Mr. Consistent. You
gotta
can't
be
be
the
throwing
same
crap
size.
out there. Well, Petroza, too. He had a problem. He cut his beef too soon. What the hell was up with that?
I don't know.
You let all the juice run out. But you know what? It's not like the world is falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon went freaking F-nuts on him, and he was like, you deserve to lose. F.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get that at all. But
So, when they finally did get out the entrees to the critics, the blue teams was actually good, and they really liked it. And
they did.
They said the red team didn't have enough flavor.
Well, they went as far as saying that kitchen was a disaster.
Yeah.
Because they could see what was going on, I'm sure.
Jen was taking the lead in the blue team, and Corey was in the, leadership position, whatever, on the red team.
Whatever that meant.
Yeah.
And Christina, can you do two things at once?
Obviously she can't, because she made the salmon for the critics. And
ooh, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
So the red side, the critics noticed we're not serving much food at all.
That's not good.
I
you
guess
need food in order for people to enjoy it.
And you need food to send it out. And Rosann was totally running out of carrots and gnocchi and...
She couldn't even do the garnish station. She was burning everything.
It wasn't just Rosann that was having a problem. It was Matt, too.
Mm-hmm.
He was totally having a hissy fit on his beef Wellington. And I don't think anything was going out meat-wise over there.
I don't think so. It was like raw and...
Well,
so
Gordon's had
Gordon's
it.
like, get out! But just
Get
the
out!
red team.
Yeah. And he totally, started going nuts in there. I mean, I don't think I would be one to stand in front of him when he's throwing around cast iron skillets and stuff.
So Matt started crying because he failed.
As well as go home.
And Rosann was like, I did my best.
That reminds me so much of the Dane Cook monologue. I did my best.
Yeah, so then he calls in the blue team to save the day and finish the service.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, there can only be one. We are one.
Obviously, the blue team won the service, and the best of the worst on the red team was Corey.
That's right. So Corey got to decide who she was going to put up for nominations. So she really wanted to throw all of them up.
Mm-hmm.
But
she couldn't.
No. Because he only wanted two. So she decided to put up Matt and Rosann.
Yeah, and then Gordon was like, all right, Christina, step up too.
You might as well. Because you all sucked. I'm surprised he didn't put Corey up too.
Yeah, I know.
So, can you tell? Who got me sick last night on the live chat? I totally got sick.
I don't know. But he was like, all right, Rosann, back in line.
You're safe.
So then, he gets rid of her anyway.
What
after
was
he
up with
told
that,
her to
Gordon?
get back in line.
You little chicksy. Wow. I don't know where this is going, but next week, Jen overstays her welcome on the blue team. I saw that coming. But you know what? Captain Obvious says she's not going home. Because they would not make a tease like that and then send her home. It's got to be shocking. I think Matt's going home.
Oh.
Okay, so...
I feel bad for him now because the whole finger thing and everything.
I know.
I'm crying.
Until next week, much love.